Hello, hello, and welcome back for more feints, jabs, and counterpunches as we vie for the title of Earth's most destructive species in XCOM, The Long War. And it's a comeback fight for humanity on this one, folks, because after almost 100,000 years of consecutive successful title defenses, a challenger has finally risen up to stun the world, dropping mankind to the canvas with a flash plasma gun KO in the first round. But while mankind may be behind on the scorecard, there's plenty of rounds to go, and humanity, honestly, we're no easy mark. Even when we're outmatched, we'll just keep getting back up to our feet and wading into the fray like a bloated, whale-shaped 40-year-old George Foreman. And just like old George, we'll keep on coming until we've knocked out both our opponent and the fat to reclaim our title. And also prepare delicious, healthy, low-fat meals for ourselves and our families. So let's lace up the gloves, head on up to Mission Control here, and, get to it, because this one's for the species, folks, and we'll be damned before we let anyone steal our thunder as Earth's most terrifying apex predator. Or our George Foreman knock out the fat grills, for that matter. I mean, nobody's taking those either. We're gonna hang on to those. Oh yeah. Hey, Shaka Zulu back on duty. That is very, very good. South Africa wants some meld for 2 engineers. I'm tempted to say yes to this one. You know what? I'm actually beyond tempted. I'm just going to go ahead and say yeah. You can have 2 in. That's fine. We could use some engineers. Old Steve Irwin back on duty, ready to go kick a little alien ass. You can toss me one of them Foreman grills too. By God, we'll toss some shrimp on there. May not be a barbecue, but I bet it'll cook 'em up.
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for
All right,
launch.
good.
We are ready to deploy it on your orders.
Actually, let's get that other satellite as well.
Commander, our satellite is prepped and standing by for launch.
Mitchy pancakes back there. Fluffy light and floating off of the griddle. Mitch Hedberg is ready for more duties. That is also a very good thing. Let's head up to our situation room here. We're going to put these satellites in the air. We got to put one over Nigeria. That's got to be done. We need to put that back. So there we go. And then we got to figure out where we want to put this last one. I'm thinking France is pretty much a slam dunk. I don't really necessarily love France's benefit, especially since I've sort of decided against building mech primary weapons. The alternative would be to expand into Asia, which is interesting. Reduced, it would be really nice to have reduced costs on the Foundry projects. That would be really, really nice.
They need to work
wow,
with
we may
the gear
actually
we
have to do that.
Right now. Well,
Foundry
that's
projects
too
be
bad.
oh wait, is new warfare? That's the continent bonus. Never mind. +2 aim for new prison program. That's not terrible. Shivs and Max Troopers I don't care about. 34% bonus cash from Alien Corpse and Wreck sales. That's actually pretty good. Nah, we can't do it though. We gotta go for France. Not because of this, but because we get the all-in bonus and the full continent bonus for Europe. And additionally, it doesn't require us to spread our interceptor fleet any fucking thinner than it already is. So we're going for France.
Satellite launched.
We got Wealth of Nations. Bully. So we've picked up that bonus. We actually still don't have Architects of the Future, but again, Architects of the Future is not really very good, and Egypt's Panic is getting a little higher than I would like. I'd kind of like the opportunity to save a satellite if we need to throw up in an emergency just to kind of drop the panic a bit. I don't think it will be necessary, but if the need arises, I'd like to be prepared for that. And one thing we'd also like to do, we kind of got to get another satellite working. Do we have another satellite in the queue? We do not. Can we afford to build another satellite? That's the question. Let's go take a look at the gray market. I have a feeling we're going to be peddling shit like a fucking flea market fire sale here. We got to get rid of some stuff. We need cash, and we need cash bad. And I'm thinking it's likely going to be Illyrium here that takes the hit. We have a ton of Illyrium, and we haven't even researched it yet. I really don't know what... Yeah, we need the cash. We got to have it. So we're going to sell enough Illyrium to get ourselves a satellite. I don't like sacking the Illyrium. I don't relish the idea, but we got to have a satellite. So there's 189 right there. We kind of need to scan for Exalt as well.
And you're positive the report states that the alien craft crash-landed in the garage of a suburban middle-class family.
The only thing I'm positive about, Bradford, is that you've been watching way too much TV, and I think you've had a little bit too much gin for the day. That's the only thing I am positive about, sir. The only thing.
The new engineers arrived this morning, Commander.
Yes.
We're always glad to have more help down here.
Dr. Shen constantly letting me know about how glad he is to have additional staff, mostly I think because he oftentimes forgets that he actually has like 40 people that work for him. He doesn't remember. He's like, oh man, we got nobody down here. I got to do all of this stuff by myself. This is when he remembers that he has things to do at all, by the way. But then he's like, oh man, I got no help. And then there's like 40 people around him who are just staring at him a little confused and achy and kind of wondering if maybe they should start posting their resume because they're curious about how much longer this department's going to exist. And in their defense, you know, that's not an unreasonable thing to do. Honestly, guys, you could be liquidated at any moment. So maybe having a resume posted is a solid thing. That's seems like at least it's a smart precaution. I can't fault you for your forward thinking. So let's get back to scanning here. We're going to get a sectoid autopsy. I'd like to get that done.
Contact detected.
No dice, though, because we've got a large UFO coming in nape of the Earth over South Africa. And man, South Africa has really been getting hounded here. I gotta assume we just did a large landed UFO. This could be... Oh, I hope it's not another one. We don't really have the team for it. We are not going to shoot down a large UFO. Even it's nape of the Earth. This could be just an abduction mission. It is. That's excellent. Actually, an abduction mission in South Africa is going to give us an opportunity to actually lower the panic considerably. So that's fine.
We're receiving several urgent requests for assistance.
Yeah, we're on it, Bradford. Bradford. Just go back to watching Alf, buddy. Why don't you just go back in there and say hi to the Tanner family? Gordon Shumway can eat a cat. You can laugh because you're drunker than a fucking frat boy on a Saturday night at 2 a.m. Just, you know, go do that and leave the actual fighting here to someone who's sort of got the situation under a little bit more control. Because I don't see 4 of everything. I mean, Bradford, you're basically blackout drunk, buddy. Roadway, a corridor with numerous... If this is the same roadway we've done for like the last 9 abduction missions, I'm gonna be a little salty. Captures. Probably should be a priority for us, so let's take a disabling shot sniper. That's going to be Mary Prometheus Shelley. We'll get her loadout adjusted here. Little laser sniper rifle, that's good. We're going to give her a scope and a laser sight to complement that. And that's got her set, ready to roll. Gunner. I think the answer is a strong yes. I really don't want to take Shaka Zulu, although he could use the experience. No, I think we're better off with an emplacement gunner. We do have heavy alien activity, so we want to be maybe a little cautious here. We're going to go for the Gatling laser, our scope, and a laser sight. Let's get that sorted. Now, how about an infantry trooper? Do we have an infantry trooper who isn't injured? The answer is no. We have 3 and every single one of them is hurt. Oh, nope, that's not true. Old Mustache is just tired. But still, we have no infantry troopers available. That kind of sucks. You know what? Actually, with no infantry troopers, I think we kind of gotta go with a second gunner. I really don't like doing this, but the mobility gunner is going to be, if not a fantastic, at least a reasonable replacement for our infantry guy. So there we go. Shaka Zulu is going in the mix. Who do we want to take backing him up? Oh man, we may have to take a Rocketeer again. I am sincerely regretting making these 2 Rocketeers, because if those guys had been literally anything else, we would be in a vastly better position. Yeah, I regret that. I regret a lot of things in my life. I've basically lived a life completely full and filled to the brim with regret, but among the things I regret, I mean, that's definitely on the list. We're gonna have to do it. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. So let's just what do you say we not talk about it? Phalanx armor, scope, rocket, blah, 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 blah. I regret being forced to give you a laser rifle, actually, if we're going to be honest about the situation. It fills me with bile to have to hand you a reasonable weapon, J. Robert Oppenheimer, because I know you're just going to waste it. You're just going to waste the opportunity. Every opportunity I give you, you just throw it all the fuck away. You just throw it away, Robert Oppenheimer. Truly, you are become death, shatterer of worlds. I tell you what you are. You're actually become death, shatterer of your companions, because the only thing you're actually getting killed on a routine basis is your own friends. You are sincere? Yeah, he has become death. Alright, so Nikola Tesla? I think so. He's pretty close to a level. This is a good chance also he's got those sexy, sexy, sexy grenades. Oh, the alien grenades. You don't know the level of unwholesome glee that fills me every single time I see somebody equipped with alien grenades. It really is off-putting, sincerely. It's unhealthy, really. So we've got, what do we have a scout, right? Didn't I just pick up a scout? I did. We got Avarice Edison. Okay, so we got the scout thing covered. Let's get, we have one assault. We got to have a medic. That's without a doubt. Do we have, Ernie Shackleton actually might do okay. You know what? Let's take little Mary Mallon, mostly because this nickname simply cannot stand. Mary Mallon? No, no, no. You will be nothing other, my dear, than Typhoid Mary. I mean, come on. It haunted you through your first life. You know it's going to haunt you through your reincarnation. But you still do have a chance here to sort of make up for some of your past crimes. And the simple way for you to do that is just kill our enemies, Mary Mallon. That's all you got to do. You slaughter our foes. If you kill our foes, everything's good. You just make them all be dead. You murder everyone you see. It's a murder. You can literally, in this case, you can kill your way into our good graces. You could kill your way back from the brink, man. It's not everyone who gets that opportunity. Not everyone is given a chance to employ their one skill for redemption. I mean, sometimes redemption is simply beyond our grasp, but you, Mary Mallon, you, ugh. I don't want to talk about having to redo this. Actually, we also need to get an arc thrower. See, now this is a bit of a problem. I want to take a second arc thrower on this mission, but to do that, I have to give it to Thomas Avarice Edison. The problem with giving it to Thomas Avarice Edison is then I have nobody to fucking fling battle scanners for me because battle scanners are now restricted to scouts and engineers. And of course, I could give them to Tesla, but that dramatically reduces Tesla's overall battle competence. So you know what? I think in this case, we may have to just go with a single battle scanner. If we were going to take 2 assaults, I would probably, well, we could do that. We could sacrifice Shock Attack Zulu here for another scout, but that leaves us a little undergunned if we run into a mechanical... You know what? No. We're going to go this way, and this will just have to be sort of a suboptimal setup for captures. Will Opportunity Rises, of course, take one, but I don't think on this mission we could really afford to go out of our way to try and make the capture happen.
We're heading to
I hate
South
this
Africa
map.
for this
And this
one.
is not a
We need to
roadway
get
with
down
many
there
vehicles,
fast.
by the way. This is a
We've
Fountain
just
Plaza.
received another report of an abduction
Unless
in
you're as
progress
drunk
in
as
the densely
Bradford, you are
populated
not
urban
driving
center.
through here. I mean,
we
if you're
allow the
driving through a
aliens to
park, you better
succeed,
be
it's
either
going to
A,
spread
as drunk
panic
as
throughout
Bradford,
the
or
area.
B, Bruce Willis in Die Hard with a Vengeance, because those are the only 2 people who are going to get away with driving through a fucking public park like this. Also, you then have to solve a weird puzzle involving Jugs and that fountain, but that's only the Bruce Willis thing. Because as drunk as Bradford is, he's never solving that puzzle. He's never going to work that out. Gallon of empty space, my ass.
Central, Big Sky in position on
Alright, well, let's see what,
Strike 1 is awaiting drop clearance.
see what our drop zone looks like here. Actually, this is not a terrible position to enter from. It's not a good position, but it's not a terrible position to enter from. We do have at least some sources of full cover available to us, and I think... Not you, I need Avarice. I need Thomas Edison here, guys. Come on. Come on, this is not a shell game. We are not playing 3-card Monty here. You guys don't have to be going around the horn like this. Just give me Thomas Edison. I gotta know what's out here. We gotta take a look. So we got 3 floaters coming towards us. It's not really that big of a deal. Marie Antoinette can probably shoot at one, but it's unlikely she would get a kill. Abraham Lincoln can pretty much guaranteed kill one. Alright, so what can we do to back him up then? If we go for the kill... Oh, hold on a second. Oh, this sucks. Okay, here's what we could do. We could have Thomas Edison, or rather Nikola Tesla, come over here and just kill both of these guys with a single grenade. He could absolutely do that. I'm 100% confident we could get double kills here. We need floater corpses, though. Or do we? I mean, we do need floater corpses. That's not debatable. We're short for armored fighters, which we're desperate to have. Do we need them on this mission, though? Because the thing is, we don't really have enough cash to start the Armored Fighters project anyway. And we could still probably get 1 floater at least. Yeah, you know what? I think we got to kind of take the risk here. We're gonna have old Tesla go for it. I want this pod dead. Oh, we actually are not in a good throwing. You know what? This actually will still work, I think. So here's what we do. We throw this. We're gonna focus more on this guy and then destroying the cover. This guy is dead. This guy's gonna be injured and without cover. This car probably will also explode.
Fuel's about to go.
Or I could be completely fucking mistaken and none of those things could happen. Okay then. Alright, so that didn't necessarily work out the way we had hoped. We can still probably get one kill with a run and gun, but now we got to start looking at backup plans. 64% is reasonable, but not fantastic. Mary Shelley, what do you got here? You can... Alright, so Mary Shelley can definitely kill this guy. This is the only shot she's going to get. I think we have to take this. We're going to have... Oh, don't miss.
Missed.
Yeah. Okay. So that's real bad. Alright, so Shock Attack Zulu, let's bring you over here. You should have one shot. You have no shots from there. We are... This is not going well at all, then. We're kind of at the point now where we can't even afford to take the chance with Abraham Lincoln. Alright, so Mary Mellon has a flank shot. We only really need to kill one of these guys. Let's make it be this guy. You be dead, sir. Alright, thank you. You know what? Mary Mellon, we give her a lot of shit because of the whole typhoid thing, but honestly, she's been a solid little deadly trooper for us. She's actually dealt some death in situations where we've really kind of critically needed a kill. She's come up with it. So we're going to go for the hit here. 6 damage and a hollow targeting. That's solid. We are taking a bit of a risk here that between J. Robert Oppenheimer and Thomas Alva Edison, we can get one hit here. I think a flush shot is pretty much... Yeah, we can't miss on a flush shot there. So we got that going for us. Can Lincoln kill this guy? Maybe is the question, but also the answer is possibly no. So, are you going to be in cover if we run you to there? Of course not. What about here? No cover. I mean, this guy's dead. We can guarantee that guy dead, but both of these cars are on fire. So the... Alright, we got to have a contingency here for just the event that this guy does not die. So we're going to go with half cover, which is not good, but it is better than no cover. And we should have a 99% chance with an 86. This almost is a guaranteed dead man. Excellent. Beautiful. The other advantage to that is we didn't have to get close to that guy. Also, we're going to pick up a corpse. So if we get this floater and that floater, which again, we almost can't not do, because that guy is dead. Boink. Alright, so a nice little shot from Avarice Edison there. Something is still flying around. I guess it's that guy. Apparently we killed him so hard his fucking jetpack malfunctioned, which means, you know what we just did, folks? We goddamn Boba Fetted him. Oh yeah, we did it. We Boba Fetted him. We straight up gave him the Fett treatment. He's down in the pit with the fucking Sarlacc right there. Jetpack malfunctions. The Fett clan just, they can't catch a break, and neither can that floater. Alright, so that turn actually worked out pretty well for us. We want these cars to explode because they're better covered once they've exploded, simply because they're no longer destructible. Sure, toxic fumes and fire and whatnot from the burning upholstery that's gonna poison our lungs, but let's face it, if we live long enough to die from some kind of toxic upholstery poisoning, we've already bucked the odds. We have exactly 1 battle scanner on this mission. Exactly 1 battle scanner. So we're gonna have to be exceedingly careful in how we approach this, and we can't really afford to just use that battle scanner willy-nilly. We've really got to be careful with it, so I'm gonna hang on to it for now. We have no aliens spawned at the moment, so we're just gonna take some positioning moves here and get everybody reloaded into the best possible cover we can find. Of primary importance in finding a good spot is Marie Antoinette. The reload for her is less critical. She's very slow, so having her in a top-notch position is pretty much of primary importance. Mary Mallon gave us some fantastic output on that last turn. We're going to let her reload so she has an opportunity to do so again in the very near future. No drawback here to rushing with Mary Shelley, so let's do that. We'll put her in this corner cover, and she is solid. Abraham Lincoln, the old rail splitter, heading on over here. Gonna take a reload for the Link. And no, that was not a Zelda reference. I think Abraham Lincoln would be a little upset if you compared him to, you know, Link from the Zelda trilogy there. Not that there's anything wrong with Link. I mean, he's kind of a badass, but let's face it, when you got to pick between Link or Abraham Lincoln, it's Abraham Lincoln that's definitely the bigger badass. Oppenheimer with a little Overwatch here, an unsurprising miss because it is J. Robert Oppenheimer after all. Yeah, you can't really adjust him enough, J. Robert. We both know this. Everyone knows this. It is known. Like that which the Khaleesi knows, it is known. A unusual miss there from Nikola Madman Tesla. I would have expected him to do slightly... Oh, so we've got a number of pods active here. Alright, so... we are not in great positions here. We're in half cover, which is unpleasant. We got floaters, we got sectoids. We have some shots, except for... Alright, is anybody on Overwatch? The answer is no. So we could afford to get Marie Antoinette up here, and then... That's full cover, huh? I would love to get her up here and have her hunker down, but I don't think that's in the cards. Alright, Lincoln, if we bring you over here, you have already used your run and gun ability, and there are a number of sectoids over there. This might be the turn where we sort of need the battle scanner, and I'm afraid we're not necessarily going to be able to get a battle scanner here. We might be able to pick up a cheap flank shot with Thomas Alvarez Edison, though. Yep, that's exactly what we got. So we did pick up a cheap flanker. We can almost guaranteed kill either of those targets. And you know what? Now that we can see these two, we have other options. I'm going to go for the long-distance kill here. Thomas Alvarez Edison reaching out to touch someone with his patented light bulb technology. That made no sense. I was actually going to go for sort of an Alexander Graham Bell reference there, and then realized that it was actually Alexander Graham Bell who invented the telephone, not Thomas Alvarez Edison. Although that's actually not true either, because it wasn't Alexander Graham Bell who invented the telephone. It was actually Antonio Meucci. Little known fact. Go ahead, Google it. No, you're all right. Take a minute. Go ahead, get it Googled. Check it out. You'll find that I am on this, in this rare case, because usually it's the opposite of the way things go, but in this rare case, I am correct. It actually was Antonio Meucci.
Boom, boom, pow.
Yeah, J. Robert, just waste everyone's time. That's pretty much exactly what we expected. Nice job, buddy. We were hoping to get something a little better out of that, but honestly, we got pretty much what we should have expected. On the plus side, this does give the old tank here a reasonable chance at a kill. Nice shot. Now, captures are an interesting thing here in this scenario. We could be going for captures. Are you likely to get a kill with that? This is unlikely to do 7 damage, actually. You may need a little additional support. We got the cheap kill there. Where is Tesla? Way too far away, actually. Alright, so Lincoln could come running up and do next to nothing. Marie Antoinette can't, she can do fuck all. Alright, so we're gonna have Antoinette head up here. I would love to have her hunkering after this situation, but it's simply not gonna happen. Typhoid Mary may be able to give us a little help here. 31% at him in full cover. We may revisit that momentarily then. So Lincoln, what can you do, buddy? What can you do? We bring you up here, you're gonna be flanked, but you would in return also have a flank shot. You do have a hit and run. If you have a hit and run flank shot, you should get to shoot twice, but you're gonna have a bad shot at that guy. If we bring Tesla over, can he give you... he could potentially stand in the tile you're standing in, which would enhance his range somewhat. Alright, so we gotta be careful here. What if this misses? Either way, we're gonna have to have Prometheus Shelley be our last man standing. Typhoid Mary, you don't have smoke grenades yet, do you? Nope, you sure don't. Damn, we could... This is a turn where we could really, really use a smoker. Alright, well, we gotta go big. We're gonna gamble here. Alright, Lincoln, we're gonna need your hit and run to be doing some very, very solid... I mean, we're not talking journeyman level work here. We need fantastic ace level master craftsman work right here with the killing. Otherwise, you're probably gonna get shot. We gotta take it. 70% is worth chancing. And Abraham Lincoln splits the rail of that alien's fucking gray dome. Will you be able to hurl a grenade that vast distance? I don't think so. It's a really long throw. Alright, we're gonna try something here with Nikola Tesla a little unusual. Can you get it out there? Sort of. That could possibly... You know what? This might be worth it. If the cover destruction lowers his chances to be hit any, or rather increases them, not lowers, just if we can take away his cover, we might have a chance here. Did we get to bench? We did get to bench, which leaves him uncovered. Alright, so we've got an opportunity then. I'm going for the disabling shot. If we can get a hit, and the 96% is pretty much guaranteed. It's about as certain as anything in this life gets, and when it comes to Mary Prometheus Shelley, the only thing that's more certain is that her husband was kind of an idiot. A beautiful, beautiful, ineffectual idiot, but he was an idiot. I'm talking about a guy who couldn't swim that took a boat out in the middle of a giant lake on a windy day and then drowned because of it. I'm rather surprised that sectoid missed. Sectoids have kind of been dicking with us lately, I gotta admit. That guy's not even gonna get a chance to reload. What were you thinking there, pal? I don't even know what you were thinking. I'm not sure you were thinking, we're gonna be honest. This guy's gonna take a poke at... Okay, suppression is good for us, actually. We can work with suppression. This is much more difficult to work with, actually. Oh, we're in not... J. Robert, it may be a situation where you have to give all that a man can give for the savior and salvation of your team. I mean, you're gonna get shot. I mean, that's gonna happen, and there's not really anything we can do about it. It's gonna happen, sir. It's gonna happen. Edison, you are not in a good location. Alright, so J. Robert, if we have you shoot from here, you literally cannot miss. I mean, it's gonna scatter one tile, but even if it scatters one tile, it scatters on top of a muton. Unless it scatters this way or that way, I guess, or up. Oh, this is... Alternatively, we could have you fall back to better cover, and then shoot the yeah, we can't have you flanked. You'll just get killed.
I'm rolling.
I hate you, J. Robert Oppenheimer, with a fucking passion that burns, like a ring of fire in a Johnny Cash song. But even so, I just can't. I can't just fucking piss your life away. I'm at least gonna make the aliens earn it. They won't know what hit them, J. Robert Oppenheimer, because in all likelihood, nothing is going to hit them. That's why you can say with confidence that they won't know what hit them, because what hit them is going to be all nothing. They won't know what hit them, because nothing is going to hit them. Tesla, please tell me you can hurl a grenade from here. Nope. Alright then, I guess you'll have to be considerably closer to the action than I'm comfortable with, and... The question becomes here then, should I use the grenade, or would we be better served with like a combination of Overwatch for potential... Yeah, you know what? No. I want these guys dead. No chances. No chances. I don't care about weapon fragments or muton corpses, actually. The other thing we could get out of this would be muton corpses, and I don't give a shit about those either. Good day. I was gonna be a little salty that guy did not explode and die, but then that car blew up and killed him, and I became suddenly less salty. Wow, Suddenly Less Salty would be a fantastic name for, like, a sitcom. Suddenly Salty. Be like Suddenly Susan, except with less Brooke Shields. Which I think we can all agree is a good thing. Less Brooke Shields. The world really kind of needs less Brooke Shields. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Johnny, I forgot you were there. You may go now. I legitimately forgot that this guy was even there. I really did. Alright, let's take Edison back, then. And we'll have him, if he doesn't get the kill with this shot, which he is, like, better than a coin flip, critical and take the win kill. There we go. Alright. Say what you want about Thomas Edison, but this scumbag goddamn delivers. Like, on-cue deliveries. He really is quite remarkable. 66% is not fantastic, but it's good enough to take, and it's good enough for the kill. Marie Antoinette feeding that little son of a bitch a nice deadly slice of unwanted cake. So we got the run and gun, right? We do. This guy is... That guy is interesting is what he is. Okay, so here's the question. We could just run and gun and straight up kill this guy. And then the alternative. We could go for a capture as well. Now, the drawback to the capture is we would have very little fallback were it to fail. Also, this unit is not injured. We might be better off to try for a muton captive and go for a plasma rifle. We don't have a plasma pistol yet, and at some point we actually do need to take a sectoid captive. I mean, both of those are things that need to happen. What we could do is take the shot with Mary Mallon here and just see what happens. I mean, you know, it's like a little 7 minutes in heaven. You get in the closet, you see what happens. Maybe it goes poorly, maybe it goes as badly as that did, and if that's the case, I mean, you can full-on bail. It's a peer pressure situation, sure, but there's no law that says you gotta stay in that closet. You get in there and the person's, you know, like trying to swallow your whole face rather than just give you a nice little sort of garden variety junior high style kissing. You can always bail.
Good to go.
We're not gonna, because we already sort of committed to the whole lip lock kissing thing, but that's fine.
Now.
We wound up with a solid partner who, you know, they gave as good as they got. Should we study our weapon or should we Overwatch here? You know, I think we kind of got to overwatch. I really don't care for overwatching with snipers, but in this case, that guy double moved? No, he did not. He is, yes, well, he did double move, actually. Alright, so Shaka Zulu missed. Mary Shelley also missed. So it turns out that the overwatch was definitely the wrong way to go, and the Mother of Monsters is going to be out of ammo now. On the plus side, that was that guy's whole turn. I mean, that was all of it. The whole thing. That was the whole kit and caboodle, the whole shebang, all of it. We could hit this guy with a shredder rocket. I mean, literally, it's going to hit him somehow. I think we hold off on that. Mostly because, if possible, I'd really like to soften this prick up so we can try and set up a capture. Mary Shelley is in a real bad spot to try and make that happen, though. So we're going to have her fall back and reload. Also, she needs another turn for her disabled weapon to come online. This may be sort of a positioning and hunkering down turn, honestly. What if we come over here? I like this move, actually. So we come over here. We almost have to hunker, though, and if we hunker, we're not going to get close encounters. Alright, we can still make this work. It's suppression time. We got to keep this guy where he's at for one turn. That's really our only goal, is to try and make that guy just be still. Be still his heart, be still his beating heart. If Mary Mallon had one more move, we'd be in a lot better position, but she does not. And then what we do with the aim penalty and the hunker here, I very much think that we are probably going to remain safe. Since we did that, we got to get a little closer with J. Robert Oppenheimer. This bus, I don't think can explode. I think it just burns. And honestly, if it explodes on J. Robert, I really couldn't think of a better person. It's not going to kill him, so yeah, it's worth the risk. Every risk is an acceptable risk when you're talking about J. Robert Oppenheimer. That's just the way it works. When it's J. Robert, literally every risk is an acceptable risk. We're going to move Shock Attack Zulu up as well, and we're going to put him on Overwatch. If this guy tries to make a break for it this turn, we're going to make sure that he dies. Now, Nikola Tesla, we do not want to take the kind of J. Robert Oppenheimer level risks that we're taking with J. Robert Oppenheimer. So let's just see what this guy... He's probably going to just shoot at Mary Stewart. Okay, that's fine. Shot at Shock Attack Zulu and got himself put in the hurt bin, which means Abraham Lincoln... Alright, he can come in and get him right in the butter zone. Fantastic. So all we've got to do then is get this guy Goldilocks level hurt. We got to hurt him just right. We got to hurt him oh so good. Make it hurt so good. Just like a John Cougar Mellencamp song. This disabling shot is a bad chance to hit. Let's take this shot. This gives us more options on the setup, whether we know it hits or misses here. Alright, it missed. That means we're going to have one chance for the capture, and then we need a backup plan for if that capture misses. Alright, so who's the hurt him just right unit? Mary Mallon could be the hurt him just right unit if she can come up with an amazing hit here. Alright, that's probably actually not going to happen. Our make sure round kind of has to be Nikola Tesla. He actually may not be able to get that close. Oh, you know, J. Robert Oppenheimer could be our make sure round as well, I suppose. This can't critical, so it should not be able to kill him because it's only doing 7 damage. With no crit chance, it also didn't hit, so it hardly matters. That gives Mary Mallon a little better chance. Let's have a little Typhoid take a shot. Well, we're 0 for 2, so this isn't exactly going particularly well. Shock Attack Zulu, can you hit a 66 for me? This is a 12% chance to critical, which would be actually bad for us. It also only did 4 damage. Okay, well, this has gone from very solid performance to a full-on fucking shit show in a real hurry. Tesla can absolutely whack him with a grenade, worst case scenario. He's gonna be able to hit him. We probably should have just opened this whole debacle with having Tesla just throw a grenade at him. 59% is not good. What if we walk up closer and take a pistol shot? Is this even going to kill him? It's probably going to kill him. Pistol only brings him down to 2 health, though. If he's at 2 health, though, Thomas Edison can probably just kill him with a flush shot. I mean, worst case scenario... Okay, here's our backup plan. We have actually double backup plans. So we have J. Robert Oppenheimer advance as close as he can get on the best angle, which is going to be to here. He doesn't have a pistol. Son of a bitch. I forgot about that. He doesn't have a pistol. That's a bit of a problem. What can you do with the shredder rocket? Fine. You know what? Yeah, just shred them. Don't shred yourself. That's all we care about. Perfect. You know what, J. Robert Oppenheimer? You may have just justified your inclusion on this mission. Anyway, here's our backup plans. Okay, so backup plan 1, Thomas Averice Edison runs up to here, hits him with a flush shot that does 1 damage. Backup plan 2, and then if we needed it, we got that for the backup, assuming the capture fails. Backup plan 2, good old madman Nikola Tesla walks up here and just kills him with a grenade. Yes, the grenade may hit Abraham Lincoln, but it probably won't do enough damage to kill him, unless we put Honest Abe right next to the guy. I'm going to count on Thomas Edison, but if we got to eat one of our own grenades, we can't always try and scatter it to maximize, or rather minimize, the distance. So let's see if we get the stun. We could just get the stun, have that be end of mission, and then we don't have to worry about it. Perfect. So Operation Brutal Gift. A brutal gift indeed for that particular muton, because you know what that means? His ass is going in a containment facility, and then his ass is getting tortured to death by Dr. Valen. So it's going to be a brutal gift in that he's going to get brutally tortured, and Dr. Valen is going to get the gift of a little sexual release. That's a brutal gift indeed. Also, for an abduction mission, I gotta say, that one went pretty well. I really don't like that fountain map.
Another successful mission.
But with the addition of the alternative spawn spots, when you don't spawn in the 2 death traps at the front of the map, that map is actually okay. So kudos, build makers, or mod makers rather, for adding in the additional spawn spots. They really do add some dynamic play options to the map, probably just because we're coming at them from ways we've never come at them before, which is, it's a nice change of pace, I'll give you that. I think probably on a long enough timeline, those 2 would become stale, and the sort of dynamic, procedurally generated maps that XCOM 2 boasts as a potential feature are going to be definitively vastly better. But still, this is nice as well. And I understand, of course, you're working within the confines that you have. You only can work with what you got.
Not only can we interrogate the subject, but bringing an alien back alive provides us with a much better understanding of their physiology.
I'm glad you're glad, Dr. V.
Impressive work indeed. Preparations in the
told you,
containment
brutal
facility
gift.
are well underway.
Dr. Valen, she's so wet right now. It's not even funny. Dripping wet right now. 5 Illyrium, 6 alien alloys, 12 weapon fragments. We picked up 31 meld, although I'm not sure how. There were like 3, by my count, then meld canisters on the map that we did not get. That hardly seems right. Anyway, we'll take the muton interrogation. The alien rifle is fine. 100 credits, as well as a decrease in panic in South Africa, which kind of we very much needed. So South Africa is... It said it decreased panic, but it doesn't really appear to have decreased panic much. Actually, panic overall has gone up in South Africa. It went down in Egypt and Nigeria slightly, but South Africa is still much higher than we'd like. So that's a bit of a problem. But it's a bit of a problem for another day. That's a future Pete problem, because right now, current Pete needs a beer. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Of course, your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more XCOM, consider subscribing as well. We post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.